Azikwe Ojukwu even wrote a letter that once they attack the Yoruba land, they are going to annex Lagos and appoint an Ido administrator of Lagos once they capture Yoruba land. And they will now decide whether Lagos should be part of Yoruba land or part of Biafra. I'm not making this up. So, that action of saying no man's land, trying to use any means, whether democracy, whether violence, whether any means to hijack any inch of Yoruba land within Nigeria, it's a form of ethnocide, it's a form of cultural genocide. So, the question I want to ask you today is, say no man's land, is it again, we all develop this place together, is a genocidal remarks. Tó ẹgbẹ́ ìran Yorùbá jẹ́ ìran tí ó ní òye ni, tó jẹ́ ìran tó jẹ́ pé kò ṣe ìran tó fẹ́ parun ni, you guys would have, you will not even allow such to happen. The Benin will not allow it. Benin tó lọ join obedient. Ipe kan party Yorùbá jẹ́ ní 2023 election. Benin people swapped when they not dìbò fún APC in order to protect the Oba of Benin too, because they felt it was threatened by Governor Obaseki. So àwọn yẹn ní ọpọlọ pé àwọn gbowó làwọn fi ṣiṣẹ́ fún yín ní 2023 election o. Ṣùgbọ́n bá ti di local politics títí wá, we will do what we like to survive. And they did it. Nobody came for them. Ẹ̀yin náà ní ọ̀pọ̀, ẹ̀yin náà lẹ́láwọn ọmọ burúkú, àwọn ọmọ tí ẹ kọ́ tí wọ́n máa ṣílẹ̀kùn fáwọn ọ̀tá yín láti wọ́n máa bá tí yín jẹ́ ká máa pa yín. Number 3, any form of population transfer which has the aim or effect of violating or undermining any of your rights. Transferring, mobilizing 500,000 people from the southeast to the southwest is a form of genocide. It's an attack. It's a form of genocide against the Yoruba race. You can Google what I'm saying. Any form of assimilation or integration of other cultures, of ways of life imposed on them by legislative, administrative, or other measures. Femi Adebayo ṣe 18th, 19th century, writing fictions to rewrite Yoruba identity by saying a Yoruba Oba married a Yoruba Igbo woman in the 18th century, and Hausa man came with a Yoruba culture. It's a form of genocide against our identity. But Femi Adebayo is an illiterate. These people don't know. They are illiterate. They are the weapon fashioned against us as a people. Because at raise a lot of akoti later, they don't know. And there is nobody as dangerous as ignorant people. They are capable of destroying us. Now, the last point. Any form of propaganda directed against them. Tell me what I have said today that other ethnicities are not doing against the Yoruba people in Nigeria. Ethnocide. Ethnocide. And ethnocide is one of the core elements of genocide. It's a subset of genocide. So when people see that we are fighting against something, some propaganda. This is United Nations document of 1994. Now, according to San Jose, UNESCO, he defined ethnocide as this. You can Google what I'm saying. San Jose, UNESCO, he said ethnocide means that an ethnic group is denied the right to enjoy, develop, and transmit its own culture and its own language, whether collectively and individually. This involves an extreme form of massive violation of human rights, and in particular, the right of ethnic groups to respect for their cultural identity. When an Igbo man says in Yoruba land, why are you speaking Yoruba? Start speaking that dirty language in Yoruba land. In Yoruba land. When Igbos and there are some of their South allies says someone that has zero respect for Yoruba language is the person they want to be your governor, and they are bringing money from both home and abroad to impose such somebody on you, is a form of ethnocide. It's a warfare. It's a warfare. Anybody found that is why somebody says trying to use the name of Afenifere in such blasphemy. In such blasphemy shows the level of wrath, decadence in Yoruba land. I want to give you another example, another definition of ethnocide. The French ethnologist Roman Jaulin, he lived between the age of between 1928 to 1996. He also defined ethnocide in 1970. He said, what is ethnocide? Ethnocide is the systematic destruction of the thought and the way of life of people, different from those who carry out this enterprise of destruction. Genocide physically kills the body. Ethnocide kills the spirit. I'm going to repeat. Genocide kills the body. Ethnocide, our Yoruba bots are already gone. They've been what is the benefit of killing? What is the benefit of Yoruba culture to me? Will I use Yoruba culture to buy rice? And you are going to see those useless entities that's all disobedient. Are you going to use Yoruba identity to buy rice? If you observe what Hundeyin did, David Hundeyin did, specifically in the last election, was very strategic. David Hundeyin attacked the Yoruba consciousness. He said, what is Yoruba identity? He said there is nothing called Yoruba culture. He said there is nothing called Yoruba people. He said, he wrote it. Kilo kan Yoruba identity, Yoruba language, Yoruba culture, but obedient for marriage. But obedient, that lunatic called Obi wants to become the president of Nigeria. Why are you attacking our identity? Why? How does it correlate? Because they understand the fundamentals. They understand that you must destroy a people, you must destroy their culture, their identity, denigrate it, make them not proud of who they are before they are conquered. The Hausa man does not, the Igbo man does not see an Hausa man as a problem. He sees the Yoruba man as a problem. The Benin people do not see an Hausa man as a problem. They see the Yoruba man as a problem. You know why? Both of them have the agenda of dominating the southern part of Nigeria. You have their problem. Your language, your music, you need to be replaced. So we have to understand. So, how is ethnocide patriotism? How can I say I think Yoruba first? The next thing you're going to tell me is, oh, you are not a patriot. You are not detribalized. Nigeria is a crazy country, made up of with a lot of crazy people. You know why? Somebody is going to say you are a bigot, you are a tribalist. And the same lunatic will still turn around and say, I want Sharia law all over Nigeria. Sure makes sense. Somebody is going to say, you are a bigot, you are a tribalist. And the person is going to say, Igbo are born to dominate Nigeria. Christianity will take over Nigeria. Does that make sense? Now, there is something called Christian tribalism. And Christian tribalism was what the obedient people deployed in the last election. You see, religious identity and ethnic identities are both forms of identities. I have explained this over and over and over again. Nimidu belt, ethnic identity, religious identity and low. Nikon not, religious identity and low, Islamic identity. Ni south, one low Christian identity. Ni south East, one lo Christian. In fact, they use Catholic identity. Peter Obi was subjugating Anglicans and other Pentecostals and promoting Catholicism when he was the governor of Anambra. Ní Yorùbá land, Yorùbá identity lẹ́yìn jẹ́. Kólórí púpọ̀ kan wá kó sọ pé káyọ̀ mọ́ sọ clean Yorùbá first. Ọ̀tá yín ni. Kó ṣọ̀rẹ́ yín.